Your body remembers what your mind can't. The invisible patterns that are dictating the show. Patterns pulling you back every time you try to rise and claim your new identity. You've achieved so much, you followed every single rule in textbook. You've built the life you are supposed to want. On paper, everything looks great. Yet, some mornings you wake up so exhausted with a sense of dread. Your body is aching and you feel disconnected from yourself. And deep down, you're asking yourself, is this all life has to offer for me? Because inside your body and soul are craving so much more. A deep sense of fulfillment that comes from raw personal power that is paired with ease in your body. More desire that isn't hidden, it is lived, it's embodied. And just like a lot of women, you were told to hustle to prove your worth. You followed every strategy, every mindset hack that you could, but nothing shifted. Instead, your posture shrinks and you tend to collapse just as you're nearing your edge, that resistance that keeps you from going further. You tend to tense up when money moves through your hands because your nervous system is coded for protection and not for expansion. Your next level of love, wealth, and personal power isn't in another to-do list. It's waiting in your body, in your nervous system. That part of you that's been holding on to the tension, the fear, those survival habits that no longer serve you. Until you teach your nervous system and your subconscious to feel safe, no accomplishment will feel like it is truly yours. In this video, we will talk about how to shift your identity by healing your nervous system somatically. And I'll also reveal a hidden piece that most people tend to miss when they are speaking about somatic healing. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I work with visionary women who value emotional intelligence, personal power, and embodiment. Those creating deep relationships and a life they love without sacrificing their joy, their sensuality, and their feminine essence. Over the years, I've worked with thousands of women in different capacities. Spiritual women, women deeply committed to their evolution, to their personal growth. And I've noticed a pattern. What keeps you stuck isn't just mindset. It's literally the memories that are stored in your body, lingering beneath the surface, quietly dictating how you show up, what you allow in your life, and what you feel capable of. And this tends to look like overgiving, overanalyzing, people pleasing, dimming your light so that way you don't trigger others, staying small, afraid of taking risks, silencing your voice, and downplaying your gifts. Many women feel like they should just be accepted and loved for who they are. And yes, there is truth to this, but the world actually does not owe you any understanding. People don't necessarily have to accept your trauma or even deal with it. Entitlement without healing comes at a very significant cost. When you haven't processed your experiences, it can show up as tension, as disconnection, or even friction in your relationships. You can't outsource your growth. Real intimacy, connection, and abundance, it requires you to show up fully and embodied, willing to do the inner work. And here is the thing. Your essence is intact. What's outdated is the operating system that you have been running. And when you transmute your nervous system, you upgrade that system. So your outer reality finally starts matching the reality that you have already chosen to live. And we tend to overcomplicate this process. You can simply start by noticing the tension that's arising in your body. For example, you can start noticing the tension in your shoulders, in your jaw, the depth of your breath. Start noticing these sensations wherever your body is holding on to patterns of fear or overdrive. Most women try to change their life with more strategy, more effort, and yet that won't dissolve the shakiness, the unease, the tension that clings onto your nervous system like static. And oftentimes the fatigue that you feel isn't from just doing too much. It's from literally bypassing what your body has been trying to tell you all along. You need to repattern both your subconscious and your body so you can hold the energetics of the life you came here to embody. So that way you can start feeling vibrant and fully alive, grounded in your body, instead of tense or always on the edge. So you can feel confident when voicing your needs and speaking up in your relationships or even at work, making decisions with clarity and setting boundaries without hesitation or fear of how those boundaries will be perceived by others. And this also shows up in our ability to receive support and love without guilt, to experience pleasure and joy and excitement in our bodies, and also how we manage fear when we try new things. It's basically teaching yourself how to feel safe into stepping into the life you are trying to access. And on the deepest level of all of this, it's really just about learning how to trust yourself fully. Conventional somatics helps you embody safety, confidence, and ease. It focuses on regulating your nervous system through breath, movement, and awareness, releasing trauma and tension stored in your body. Its roots are coded in neuroscience, bodywork, and psychology. And womb wisdom takes it a bit deeper. It takes the transformation even deeper. It connects your sense of safety to your inner feminine power, to intuition, to creativity, turning changes and identity shifts not only at the nervous system level, but also the energetic level. By focusing on the energy of our pelvic floor and our cycles, womb wisdom guides you to sense where energy is blocked in your pelvic region or reproductive system. Womb wisdom adds emotional and spiritual layers. Not only does it focus on trauma, but it also focuses on the epigenetic triggers that are causing blocks within your body. It also encompasses sexuality, sensuality, and pleasure, and your creative potential. It provides a profoundly feminine approach and perspective that conventional somatics just does not get into. So what exactly is your nervous system? Your nervous system is a communication network of your entire body. It involves your brain, your spinal cord, your heart, and billions of nerves sending signals throughout your body between your mind and your heart. It basically decides whether you feel safe or unsafe, whether you can relax, stay tense, whether you rest or digest, basically whether you go into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Your heart isn't just a pumping system. It's constantly sending signals that influence your brain, your emotions, and your body's responses. Your nervous system literally influences how you experience life. Everything from your heartbeat, your digestion, to hormones, stress response. And if you've been dysregulated for a prolonged period of time, no amount of mindset strategy will get you unstuck. Your body will keep defaulting to old programs of vigilance, tension, and fear. And for many of us, these patterns started when we were just children. Maybe your parents argued often, and so you learned to hide, not just your emotions, but from others, from being vulnerable and being seen, truly seen. Maybe you had to constantly read the room, noticing the shifts in everyone's tone or mood. Maybe rejection or being left alone felt dangerous, and your body stayed on high alert. Even financial stress or instability later on in life can keep the same survival response active. If your father wasn't around, maybe you developed a fear of abandonment, making it hard for you to receive support or even ask for help. Maybe that even makes you angry at men, so you self-sabotage in relationship. If your mother was emotionally unavailable or neglectful, you learn to hide your feelings, ignore your needs, or put others first. And so now all you know is how to hustle to prove your worth. And these patterns can show up in various different ways, like difficulty connecting with your emotions, or over-identifying with others, or a fear of separation. And maybe you struggle to feel fully relaxed and at ease in your body. And the thing about these patterns is that even though they were brilliant and useful, over time they become stagnation. They prevent you from claiming a new identity shift. They prevent you from, like I said, taking risks that catapult you into another timeline. They hold you back from freedom, from ease, abundance, and joy. And the thing is that we live in such a disembodied culture that rewards overthinking, overproducing, and just constantly doing while quietly ignoring the wisdom of our bodies. We binge watch, we scroll endlessly, mindlessly, we overconsume, we procrastinate, we self-sabotage, all while rarely noticing how we are actually feeling as we are consuming, or what our bodies even need. And this is the thing, that traditional Western psychology tries to talk away the pain, but our nervous system doesn't heal through talk therapy alone. It heals through feelings and sensations and physical release in the body. This is why somatic integration moves through the pain instead of avoiding it. It allows the body to lead. And emotions live in our limbic brain, our ancient survival system. So when trauma gets stuck in your body, you remain in high alert. And over time, this influences your personality. It affects you physically, emotionally, spiritually. And this is why you might feel defensive often. It could be why you're hypervigilant, exhausted, resistant to change, always preparing for the worst and scanning for what could go wrong. And this is why somatic healing isn't just about calming down. It's about retraining your body to respond instead of react, completing those trauma cycles while releasing anxiety and opening yourself, giving your body access to deeper sense of fulfillment, of joy, of ease. It's learning new beliefs, but also a new way to see life itself. It's literally a new way of being. Think about it like rebooting your hard drive. So your system can now accept new information, new coding. And this is why releasing trauma is the key. When your body no longer carries those survival responses, your subconscious can finally reprogram itself. When we stop rushing our emotions and overriding our body's sensations, we give ourselves permission to heal. Your subconscious can finally reprogram itself. And when you start practicing somatic healing, you start noticing the sensations that are arising from your emotions. For example, anger brings heat and also could bring a clenched jaw, maybe tension in your muscles. That sense of grief shows up as heaviness in your chest, tightness in your throat, nausea, or maybe even a feeling of sinking in your stomach. Depression can show up as a heaviness, exhaustion, physical pain that builds up over time. What trauma does, it results in psychosomatic triggers. People may start noticing, like, my arm has been hurting for so long, and it could be because your heart has been closed off. Maybe your lower back has been hurting because it's a disconnect from your pelvic floor. This is what I noticed that most people talking about somatic therapy miss. They miss that whole aspect of trauma that unfortunately women have endured. Addressing and noticing these patterns is extremely crucial, because without addressing how your body learned to protect itself, true nervous system healing and subconscious reprogramming just can't happen. Imagine waking up feeling invigorated without that lingering sense of dread. And this is what somatic healing does. It allows you to move through grief and anger in minutes instead of years. It allows you to make decisions with ease because finally your body feels safe. If this resonated with you today and you're ready to step into your next chapter where your life unfolds from embodiment, alignment, and womb wisdom, and the energetics to just hold it all, the capacity to hold the life you're calling in. This is the exact work we do in the Venusian Codex, a womb wisdom somatic healing, trauma-informed container. And if you're looking for more personal guidance, I also offer one-on-one coaching to help you integrate into these shifts a lot faster. I'll see you in my next video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Ciao.